like ganking all the way.
Like yesterday's pretty good.
That's it. The tutor, do you know what possible? But
Alright, welcome back to the RMNA 2024 Standard Confrontation here in Colorado, Boulder, Colorado. If you are in Boulder, you want to check it out. We have 3-3 and 1-1 competitions going on right now. Alright, take a look at the schedule. As you can see, our first match of the day will be between ARUW versus the Texas Aimbots. This is a seeding match. And our next match will also be a seeding match between Robotics and Calibur. These teams are competing for the top 4 spots in the competition for the double bracket. Let's go ahead and look at the right now. See here, right now, currently, Camu, you know it's seeding. Camu is first, high with them is UW and NUS. All 3 teams have 6 points. If they take victory 2-0, they may lock their spot as the #1 seed in the double elimination bracket. The CU trailing 9 points, they will be playing NUS. As a reminder, NUS will be playing for first place. CU cannot reach first place, but they can potentially reach second place with a 2-0 victory. We'll look down further in the list. We have a couple of other teams, notably Ontario, CSU, SFU, BT, Washington, and RHIT, and Queens. Now, we have a couple matches today between Purdue and Minnesota. If Purdue wins, they will eliminate Virginia Tech from getting into the double elimination bracket. If Alberta is playing DiTorino, if either of those teams wins 2-0, they will eliminate both Purdue and Virginia Tech from the double elimination bracket. If Alberta and DiTorino split the match 1-1, then Purdue and Virginia Tech will move on to the double elimination bracket. It's calculated based off of the cumulative scoring system, where each team's record is added onto itself after the end of each draw. Alright, this is not completely updated. There are a few teams that are waiting on their scores to be finalized from last night. One of those teams will be Queen's University and RHIT, who both won their matches 2-0, increasing their score to 10. See now, the top 5 teams, CAMU, UW, RHIT, NUS, and Queen's University. It's turning out to be a very close, swift stage. In our first 2 matches of the day will be between CAMU and UW, and NUS versus CU, fighting for the top 4 seed. Double elimination bracket will be power seeded, so the number 1 seed will play the number 8 seed, the number 2 seed will play the number 7 seed, continuing all the way down the bracket, with number 5 playing number 4. Alright, I see a few CAMU members in the crowd here very early in the morning. Thank you for showing up for this match. Two of the top standards. This is a rematch from a rematch in 2023. CAMU beating UW, playing the number 1 spot in standard confrontation. UW only losing to CAMU in that tournament. We will be looking for some revenge here, showcase that they are the number 1 standard. We have both teams loaded up here. That will begin promptly at 9 a.m. Mountain Time. See the list updated once again. Unfortunately, we must say goodbye to Ontario Tech, NYU, University of Wisconsin, Monterey, Polystar, Minnesota. All right. Slight correction to an earlier statement. Purdue is actually eliminated from contention, cannot make it the double elimination bracket. Therefore, the match between Purdue and Minnesota will have no effect on the current seeding. However, University of Alberta versus Polytechnical di Torino could still knock out CSU from making it to the double elimination bracket. CSU currently sitting on the bubble at number 8. I've also been informed that the seeding on the right represents the original seed of the teams at the beginning of the competition. So you see our top 2 teams very confidently in the tournament. We expected them to be here. TAMU and UW are 1 and 2 seeds. NUS did not compete in the 1v1 tournament last year. That is why their seed is 19. But a couple of notable teams that were ranked really low to begin with, Queen, TU, and UT, UT being UT Austin, Team Stampede, originally seeded 21, 14, and 15. Incredible performance so far from Queen's University. Currently sitting in 5th place right now. Go ahead and switch back to our match lineup. Once again, our first match will be between ARUW versus the Texas Aimbots, followed by Robotics and Calibur. Third match will be BoilerBot versus Northstar. Once again, that match will have no effect on the seeding of our top 8 teams. But our third match up, Artemis versus RoboTO at 9:45 a.m. will determine who the last team in the top 8 will be. All right. I'm in confirmation between the Artemis and RoboTO match. If either team 2-0s the other, then CSU will be eliminated. All right. Sorry, we are getting these scores updated real time. If Artemis wins 2-0, they will replace CSU in the top 8. If RoboTO wins 2-0, they will replace CSU in the top 8. CSU hoping for a split match at 9:45, so that way they can keep their slot in the top 8. All right, are ready to go for the marquee matchup. Texas A&M, the reigning 2023 standard competition champions, and the former champions, ARUW. All right, we're getting okay from the referee. Both teams now moving in to the arena. Texas A&M will be in the blue corner. ARUW will be in the red corner. Both of these teams to make sure the robots are completely functional. The drivers for both of these robots are two of the most aggressive drivers we have here at RMNA. They only know W. This could be a very, very fast match. See that Camu standard testing out extensions and capabilities. See that UW standard team communicating with their driver, verifying the effectiveness of all of their systems. The Camu leaving the field now. They are confident that their robot is ready. See that UW robot tracking that armor panel, showcasing that CV will help them aim, track the armor panels of the Camu robot. Both robots have connected to the server. You can see we are in the cockpit of that ARUW standard. And the blue standard staring them down. Right. And with only 5 seconds left in the setup period, we'll start the initialization. Referee system loading both robots into the server. Starting 3, 2, 1. Match start. Both robots coming right out the gate at each other, launching a volley of projectiles. UW taking the early lead. Camu getting dangerously low on health. And UW will take round 1 of this best of 2 match. Excellent showing from both teams. You can see that CV, that computer vision from ARUW, giving them the advantage, being able to lock onto the armor plate faster, doing a substantial amount of damage. Camu going to have to find a way to negate that advantage. They've already showcased their ability to take down another strong team like EU. You'll have to see if they can figure out a way to overcome the software capabilities of UW. All right, both teams have left the field now. Both teams ready to go for round 2. UW using last minute adjustments to their hopper. Reminder, this is a seeding match. UW wins 2-0. They may secure their spot as the number 1 seed headed into the double elimination bracket. Camu is going to try to split the match to keep their hopes alive. Setup timer is counting down. Now begin the initialization, loading both robots into the game. Start round 2. You think UW is going to take it 2-0? Let me hear you. It's still early. All right, we will start in 3, 2, 1. Match start. Both robots coming right out the gate again, launching a volley of projectiles at each other. Neither team wanting to get up the advantage. Both teams at very equal health. UW standard peeking around the wall. Camu moving back and forth, trying to break that line of sight. Very even health bars. And UW will take it 2-0 in a very close nail biter of a match. UW winning with 20 health left, just 2 projectiles different. But an incredibly close match between these 2 titans of RMNA. Our next match will be between CU Robotics from CU Boulder and Calibur from NUS. Reminder, Texas A&M is not eliminated. They have secured their spot in the double elimination bracket. They will now await the results from CU and NUS. If CU loses 2-0, Camu will take the 3rd seed. If CU and NUS split, Camu will be 4th. If NUS loses 2-0, Camu will still be the 4th seed, and NUS will take the 3rd seed due to the cumulative score throughout all 5 draws of the stage. We'll take a short break while we prepare the field for the next match. All right, and we are back here at the 2024 RMNA Standard Confrontation. Our next match will be between CU Robotics and CU Boulder and Calibur from in US. This is a speeding match. If either of these teams wins 2-0, it will tie with UW the overall score. The cumulative score will be a tiebreaker. We will take a look at that after this match. See here in the US in the blue corner, getting their robot ready. CU hits a picture of Long, takes to the back of their standard in the red corner. Both teams getting their robots set up. Looks like CU does have the wrong ID set on their robot. They will have to reset that. In US Standard showing its capabilities. Team members making sure that robot is calibrated. CU trying to get a 2-0 victory to put their name in the hat for first place. See them giving a nice little nod to the camera. CU Standard. With that telescope capability, able to peek over the walls. Did not help them against Camu, who was able to put on the aggression. We'll see if NUS follows a similar strategy. Both teams have now left the field. All right, looks like having a little bit of connection Robot 2 server during a technical timeout. Trying to connect to the server. Both robots are now connected to the server. See the red robot, COB right here, CU Standard. On the other side is that US Standard. See with those HUD elements, the drivers. We'll start. 3, 2, 1. Match start. CU not moving at all. In US, taking an early volley. CU now starting at a major deficit to start the round. In US, stepping around the corners, CU is going to have a massive comeback. But being able to chew through the lead, CU bumping into the corner, looking over the wall now with that telescoping turret. In US, holding position, not wanting to risk losing the advantage they gained, drawing out the aggression from CU. And in US, going straight into the teeth of CU and taking the first round. All right, both teams will now move into the field to reset and reload those hoppers. CU unable to move at the beginning of that round, still was able to chew through the lead of NUS to bring it a little bit closer. And once they took that position above the wall, NUS kind of just sat back. We'll have to see if CU can fix that issue at the beginning of the match, the second round. As a reminder, NUS looking to take first seed, the double elimination bracket, the 2-0 victory. TU trying to fight for second seed or third seed will now have to even up the match. See that TU standard, that telescoping turret, and the picture of Long for moral support takes to the back, giving us a nod. Love to see that community camaraderie from these teams. That NUS standard, with focused gaze towards that red corner. See the blue driver locked in. See here from the TU standard POV, because of that extension and the spinning of that TU chassis, the turret does have a little bit of wobble and accelerate even further, causing a little bit of instability. We are initializing round 2 of this best of 2 match. NUS leading 1-0. We'll start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Match start. NUS coming out the gate, hiding behind the barrier. TU peeking over the wall. That telescoping turret giving them a distinct advantage. NUS not going to chance it, just waiting behind the wall. Going to force TU to make their first move, perhaps. Trying to bait out a volley. You can see that red POV looking over the wall, giving them an excellent advantage to see whichever direction NUS tries to move. NUS, though, firing back. Both teams still with similar amount of health. NUS with the slight lead. TU chasing, trying to get the NUS with that impressive fire rate, being able to chew through the health bar of TU. See that blue driver doing an excellent job breaking the line of sight of TU and taking the victory 2-0. But a great job from the NUS driver to negate the advantage of TU by staying behind the barrier, waiting patiently, and then approaching TU, getting as close as possible to negate that height advantage. All right, and our next match will be between BoilerBot and Northstar, University, Minnesota. But let's take a look at our current standings. See, once they get updated, we will switch over to that. All right, here you see those standings, current standings. With NUS as the #1 seed with 13 points, 1 point over UW. Camu as the 3rd seed, 10 points. RHIT currently sitting as the 4th seed with 10 points. team has the fifth seed with 10 points, and CU currently has the sixth seed with 9 points. You're wondering how the team determines those same number of points. There is a cumulative score not seen here that basically takes the score of each team throughout each draw, so that teams that win earlier draws are rewarded. And because of that tiebreaker, ARUW is third, RHIT is fourth, and Queens is fifth. CU is sixth, and UT Austin is seventh. CSU still sitting on the bubble right now as the eighth seed. As a reminder, we have a match later today between University of Alberta and Place Torino. If either team wins that match 2-0, they will bump out Penn State for that eighth spot. As a reminder, first our next match will be between BoilerBot and Northstar. Both of these teams are going to try to finish out the Swift stage here at RMNA 24 with a victory. BoilerBot from Purdue mathematically out of the thinking top 8. They're going to try to still finish out 2-0 victory. That match will start at 9:30 a.m. Mountain. All right, we're on a slight delay. Head referee here assisting the 3-3 competition. You can check out that 3v3 competition on our Twitch channel. As well as being co-streamed on YouTube. There are 2 live streams currently running, 1v1 stream, as well as our 3v3 stream. Switch will back and forth between those two. Here for your favorite team. If you are in the Colorado Boulder area, come check us out. We're at the UNC Center. So on the second floor, check out these robots in person. As well as maybe just merch. Alright, we're back here at the standard competition at RMNA 24. Sorry for the slight delay. Next match will be BoilerBot and Northstar. Teams will be loading in to the arena shortly. Northstar will be in the blue corner. Purdue will be in the red corner. That Northstar standard, one of the most aesthetic standards here at RMNA. Purdue going with their swerve standard for the 1v1 competition. They have been running this standard for all of their matches. Purdue has multiple standard robots. They have decided that this is the one best suited for the 1v1 competition. Team Northstar already loading up their standard, being ready to exit the field. Team Northstar, that gimbal operating, they now have yaw control. Purdue standard is having issues with identifying revolution. They're power tracking that robot, trying to get it to connect. See here that University of Minnesota's driver POV, they are ready to go. It's best of two match. See that red standard from Purdue still not connected to the server. Now it is connected and it is running away from its own team. Team members having to bait it back to its own square. 5 seconds left in the setup period. Teams will exit the field. We will start the utilization, loading both sides of the game server. Team Northstar in the blue corner. Purdue in the red corner. You're off. Minnesota coming right out of the gate, trying to get an advantage. Purdue just playing very defensively. Launching projectiles a little low though. University of Minnesota not taking much damage in that exchange. Purdue firing at a wall. These robots can see just barely over those middle barricades. They can track their opponent. Here in post driver cockpit, you can see trying to peek the corner. And Purdue with an excellent volley. Minnesota taking some damage. Both teams playing very, very carefully. Not wanting to make a mistake and give the other team an advantage. Minnesota trying to pin down Purdue, chase them away. Purdue excellently guarding those corners. Both teams, though, getting very low on health. Minnesota trying to finish them off. Could still be anyone's round. With under a minute left. Purdue on a sliver of health. Minnesota also low on health. See here in that Minnesota driver cockpit, not wanting to make a mistake. Purdue also not wanting to give up. Making a move, but being punished for it, and Minnesota will take the first round in this best of two match. An excellent showing from the University of Minnesota, one of our first-year teams here at RMNA, firing a few projectiles off. Please don't do that while our referees are on the field. Head ref Derek, making sure our walls are knocked all the way in. Both teams wanting to finish off this stage strong. Show their engineering capabilities. The University of Minnesota has already vacated the field. Purdue also leaving the field. Neither team making many changes to the robot. Just getting ready for round 2, this best of 2 match. What a very close match that was. Purdue had the initial advantage, but Minnesota finding 1 moment during that first minute. And finding an excellent volley to deal some damage to the Purdue standard. It looks like the Purdue standard is slightly outside of their starting zone. But it's fine during the setup period, but they will need to get back in their square before the setup period concludes in 20 seconds. They are still outside, just barely over that line. Now they are moving back. Good driver awareness, just making sure the referees are paying attention. The both driver POVs here, ready for round 2, this best of 2 match. We are initializing into the game, putting both robots into the server, performing the final checks, making sure everything is working. And we will count it down in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Match start. University of Minnesota not as aggressive this time. Purdue also being very defensive. Neither team wanting to make a mistake and give the other opponent an advantage. Changing an early volley. Minnesota trying to find an angle on the Purdue standard. Both robots with relatively full health bars still. Purdue being the first to engage, peeking out of that barrier. Seeing a little bit of chip damage, nothing substantial yet. Northstar fighting back. See that Purdue standard taking the worst end of that exchange. Minnesota just watching over the barriers, not wanting to make mistakes and give Purdue an advantage, but Purdue finding an angle, but missing that volley. Still be anyone's game. Purdue trying to just poke out the University of Minnesota standard. University of Minnesota just playing defensively, watching that Purdue standard, trying to predict where they will come from. And Purdue knocking over one of the middle barricades. Purdue being issued a yellow card. Minnesota still over one functional robot. Purdue, it seems, is offline. With only 10 seconds left, this will go to remaining health. You can see the barricade has fallen over. Minnesota doing a little dance as they celebrate this 2-0 victory over Purdue. But an excellent showing from the University of Minnesota. For the Purdue driver, maybe go back to driver's ed. All right, let's take a look at that schedule. Our next match has very big implications between Team Artemis from the University of Alberta and Team RoboTO from Polytechnico di Torino. As a reminder, if either team wins this next match 2-0, they will secure their spot in the double elimination bracket. If University of Alberta and Torino split 1-1. Then Penn State will keep their position in the double elimination bracket. Penn State on the bubble as the number 8 seed. Alberta and Torino desperately want to punch their ticket in to the top 8. All right, and we will take a quick break to clean up the field, make it ready for the next team. We'll be right back. here back. Thank you for waiting with us during that delay. We had to repair the field a little bit from that previous match in Minnesota. That middle barricade kind of fell over, so we had to retape it down. But our excellent team getting that done in no time at all. We will start the next match very shortly. Both teams are ready for the waiting zone. So once they get the okay from Rep Derek, load in. It's best of two match. Critical match which will determine whether or not either of these teams make it into the double elimination bracket, or if TSU maintains their position on the bubble as the number 8 seed. All right, the ready zone. You're almost ready to start this best of two match. See both teams now loading in to the field. University of Alberta will be in the red square. Polytechnical de Torino will be in the blue square. Both of these teams trying to lock their spot, the top 8. See here that Torino standard ready to go. Some of the team members taking some pictures for their Instagram. Continue our team, have social media, follow them, Instagram, on Twitter. Show your support. That's the standard, showcasing that bench length capability, making sure it can move back and forth. Alberta is trying to ensure that this standard is operational. Team with their driver, the robot is calibrated. See here, Alberta is trying to communicate with the driver. The phone. We know some test launching into that bag. See those projectiles flowing. Many of our teams here, RMNA, have UV modules installed. Supercharged projectiles make them flow. See here, Alberta still trying to get their robot ready. Going 10 seconds left in the setup period. The red driver POV here from Alberta. They are ready to go. From Torino, they are also ready. They're initializing into the match. Both teams needing to take this match 2-0, and we will find out in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Match start. Torino, the first out of the corner. Alberta moving very slowly but very carefully. Both teams being very defensive around these middle barriers, not wanting to make a mistake. Alberta, with the opening volley, not doing a whole lot of damage. Free-firing the corner. See here that Alberta standard watching Torino from behind the barricades. Torino trying to find an opening. Taking some damage. Still could be anyone's match. Over a minute and a half left. And University of Alberta, Polytechnical de Torino will take round 1. With that victory, the University of Alberta is eliminated from the top 8 contention. Polytechnical de Torino will need to take the second round in order to secure their spot in the top 8. Both teams now going to move to reset their robot. Load them up and pop off those hoppers with those 17mm projectiles. Alberta now out of contention mathematically, but could still play spoiler to prevent Torino from moving on to the top 8. Once again, right now, PSU is sitting on the bubble at number 8. If Polytechnico di Torino can take the second round, they will secure their spot in the double elimination bracket. Team RoboTO, let me hear you! Awesome. Love to see the passion from the Italian team here at RMNA. They always bring so much energy, so much hype. See them resetting the robots now, making sure everything is working. Alberta was in the lead at the beginning of that match, but Torino being able to slot back and take the victory. Try to do it one more time here in the Swiss stage of this 1v1 tournament. Seconds left. Both teams have exited the field. See the robots making sure they are working completely. Torino in the blue corner. Alberta in the red corner. You can see the Torino team in the camera cheering on their teammate, their driver. He is locked in, ready to go for round number 2, this best of 2 match. Alberta still with a chance, giving it up. We are initializing into the game. Those robots loading into the server. Referee system performing its final check. We will count it down in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Match start. Torino with the early start out of the square. Alberta moving as well behind the barriers. Either team wanting to give the other one an opening. Alberta trying to exchange a volley. Torino as well, launching back. Like Torino, let's be very careful. Torino does not appear to have launched any projectiles just yet. Or they have launched a few. They're just trying to get in position. But they will need to come back here. You can see here, Torino looking into the wall. Trying to get an advantage. Both teams. With a minute left. Torino just overheating slightly. Both teams with almost identical health bars. Torino trying to push the advantage. Alberta slamming into the wall. Torino with the open lane. We're in here with the Torino driver with POV. We can see he's watching that Alberta standard over the wall. And Alberta with just a sliver of health left can lead a massive comeback in order to take this round. Torino trying to finish them off. Missing the volley. Alberta escaping, stuck in behind the barrier. You can see they are just barely clinging on. Doing an excellent job navigating around. But Torino able to secure the victory, 2-0. And with that victory, Torino has punched their ticket into the top 8 and will continue into the double elimination bracket. Congratulations to Team RoboTO, Confrontation di Torino, and congratulations to the University of Alberta as well for an excellent showing here at RMNA. Our next match will be between OwlTech from ITSM Guadalajara and MendotaSteamboat from the University of Wisconsin. That match will start very shortly. We are seeing a slight delay in inspection. As soon as both teams arrive, we will begin the match. All right, and welcome back to the 1v1 standard competition here at RMNA 2024. Our next match will be between OwlTech and MendotaSteamboat. Both teams are loading into the field. OwlTech will be on the red side. MendotaSteamboat will be on the blue side. Trying to keep contention for the top 8, but wanting to showcase all that they have worked on and finish out this Swiss stage strong. Here in the red corner, that OwlTech standard getting ready. In the blue corner, MendotaSteamboat getting their standard ready. You'll notice that that gimbal is zipped side down. That is to prevent it from spinning. Usually this means that the team does not have time to get the software ready or the mechanical components ready for that chassis to spin independently of that gimbal. The team loading up their standard. Their robots are working. MendotaSteamboat working with their driver using the phone. OwlTech in their driver as well. Here, blue POV. Taking the pictures. What team? Here, OwlTech standard. Down right now. Maybe intentional. The team's now exiting the field. The breeze closing up and cleaning up. MendotaSteamboat trying to take some early damage onto OwlTech. OwlTech having a speed monitor issue. You can see that mechanism glowing blue and red, meaning there is an error. MendotaSteamboat taking the victory 1-0, the first round of this best of 2 match. Now reset their robot for round 2. OwlTech going to try to do some repairs. That robot is operational and functioning for the second round. Both teams now almost done testing their robots. We're ready for round 2 here. It's best of 2 match. All right, both teams now exiting the field. We are starting the initialization for round 2, loading both robots into the game server. Final check. We'll start. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Match start. MendotaSteamboat right out the gates. OwlTech moving out of their square. The MendotaSteamboat, though, launching projectiles. OwlTech with their entire gimbal falling down. MendotaSteamboat looking to finish this off really quickly. Takes the victory 2-0, but they have not done so yet. OwlTech with still a chance for a miracle. MendotaSteamboat finishing off OwlTech and taking the victory 2-0. Congratulations to both of these teams on making it all the way through the grueling fifth stage bracket. Our next match between Ultraviolet and RoboTix has been forfeited. RoboTix, unfortunately, from our here to NYU. Means we will take a short break until noon, and we will begin the first round of our double elimination bracket.